Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into
Huh?
The Power of Solitude, Finding Truth Within by Waxhira,
Mm,
founder of the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood.
right.
You might recognize some of the themes from the hashtags,
Yeah.
hashtag spiritual, hashtag awakening, and
Yeah.
hashtag mystic.
Yeah.
We're going to explore how solitude, which we often, try to avoid,
Yeah.
can actually be incredibly powerful
Okay.
for self-discovery and spiritual growth.
Okay.
It makes you wonder,
Uh-huh.
can being alone
Right.
help us connect more deeply with ourselves and others?
It's certainly a thought-provoking concept.
Yeah.
Waxhira's work really challenges the common idea that connection and growth only happen in groups.
Yeah.
He argues that solitude offers a
Yeah.
unique pathway to truth and deeper understanding.
It is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because we naturally gravitate towards groups. It's where we find that sense of belonging, shared purpose,
Sure.
the comfort of knowing we're not alone.
And from an evolutionary standpoint,
Right.
it makes sense. Historically, groups offered protection and increased our chances of survival.
Hmm.
It's almost as if we're hardwired to seek out connection.
But the excerpt doesn't shy away from the
Oh.
potential downsides of this group mentality, right?
Right.
It talks about the compulsion of group dynamics
Yeah.
and how we can lose ourselves in the pressure to conform.
Exactly.
Okay.
While groups can be incredibly beneficial,
Sure.
they can also stifle individuality and critical thinking.
Yeah.
We start to prioritize the group's expectations over our own beliefs and values.
Okay.
It becomes less about what we think and more about fitting in.
It's like that saying, going along to get along.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Whether it's following fashion trends, feeling peer pressure,
Yeah.
or simply not wanting to rock the boat.
And that's where the text uses the word robotic.
Hmm.
It's like we become automatons going through the motions without really questioning or engaging with our own internal compass.
So then solitude becomes this sanctuary, this quiet space where we can step away from the noise and expectations of the group
Yeah.
and finally hear our own thoughts.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like hitting the reset button on our minds.
It's a powerful image, isn't it?
Yeah.
That shift from the external focus of group life to the internal focus that solitude provides.
Hmm.
It's in that quiet space, free from distractions and the pressure to conform, that real self-discovery can begin.
It makes me think of a snow globe.
Okay.
When it's constantly being shaken. It's just a
Uh-huh.
blur of snow.
Yeah.
But when you set it down and let the snowflakes settle,
Okay.
you can see the scene inside clearly. Solitude is like, it allows the inner landscape of our minds to become clear.
What a beautiful analogy.
Yeah.
And that clarity is precisely what Waxhira is talking about when he describes connecting with our higher self and accessing our deepest truths.
Hmm.
But it's not just about quiet contemplation. It's
Uh-huh.
also about cultivating consciousness.
This idea of consciousness is intriguing,
Yeah.
but I'm curious to understand it better.
It's more than just being mindful, right?
You're right. It goes deeper than that.
Okay.
It's about being truly present in each moment, aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions.
Yeah.
It's about making intentional choices instead of just reacting on autopilot.
So if we're constantly bombarded with distractions and demands, are we ever truly conscious throughout the day?
Yeah.
This deep dive is really making me think about how often I'm just on autopilot.
It's a valid question and
Yeah.
one that many of us face in today's world.
Yeah.
That's why solitude is so valuable.
Okay.
It provides the space to step away from those external demands and turn our attention inward.
And that inward journey, as the text describes it,
Uh-huh.
isn't about becoming a hermit or anything like that. It's
Right.
about exploring the inner landscape of our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, all the things that make us who we are.
Exactly. It's about understanding ourselves on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And Waxhira offers some practical tools for this journey, things like meditation, contemplation, and self-inquiry. These are all practices that have been around for centuries,
Right.
but they feel even more relevant today.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And what I appreciate about Waxhira's approach, and that of the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood,
Yeah.
is that it's not about dogma or rigid rules. It's about encouraging personal exploration and finding what resonates with you.
So this isn't a deep dive telling you what to believe or how to practice.
Right.
It's about giving you the tools to embark on your own journey inward.
Exactly.
What stands out to you about this idea?
What's particularly fascinating to me is how this journey inward, which might seem solitary and self-focused,
Yeah.
can actually lead to a greater sense of connection with others.
Hmm.
It's this unexpected link between solitude and love and empathy that I'm still wrapping my head around.
That connection surprised me too. It's
Yeah.
like, how can spending time alone make us more loving and empathetic?
That's exactly the question we'll be unpacking next. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
That spending time alone could actually enhance our ability to connect with others. But that's precisely what Waxhira explores in this excerpt.
I'm all ears. How does he make that connection between solitude and something like empathy,
Right.
which feels very much about understanding other people?
He argues that to truly empathize with others, to connect with them on a deeper level,
Okay.
we first need to understand ourselves.
Hmm.
Solitude provides the space for that self-discovery.
So it's like you can't truly see and understand someone else's perspective
Right.
if your own vision is clouded with all the noise and distractions of daily life.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Solitude is like cleaning the lens of perception. By quieting the external noise and turning inward,
Yeah.
we gain a clearer understanding of our own thoughts, emotions, and motivations.
And that clarity then allows us to approach others with more empathy and understanding.
Exactly. Waxhira describes love as the highest intelligence.
Yeah.
And he's not talking about romantic love, but a more expansive form of love that allows us to see beyond our own limited perspectives.
This concept of love as an intelligence is really making me think. It's like we often associate intelligence with logic and reason,
Yeah.
but he's suggesting that love is a form of intelligence that allows us to connect with others on a much deeper level.
It's a powerful shift in perspective. He's suggesting that love isn't just an emotion. It's a way of seeing the world,
Right.
a way of understanding and relating to others that transcends biases and judgments.
It makes me think of those moments when you're struggling with something
Right.
and a friend just gets it. They don't offer solutions or try to fix anything,
Yeah.
but they just listen with this incredible sense of understanding.
And that deep level of understanding often comes from a place of self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's the ability to recognize and acknowledge your own emotions and experiences that allows you to truly empathize with others.
So solitude isn't about withdrawing from the world and becoming isolated.
Right.
It's about using that time alone to cultivate the qualities that actually allow us to connect more authentically with others.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about doing that inner work.
Yeah.
Facing our own shadows and embracing our strengths so that we can approach others with more empathy, compassion, and understanding.
And that, I imagine, is what Waxhira means when he talks about creating a more harmonious world.
Yeah.
It's not about everyone becoming hermits,
Right.
but rather about individuals cultivating the kind of love and empathy that can ripple outwards.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and that our individual actions and choices have an impact on the larger whole.
Right.
By working on ourselves, by cultivating love and empathy within, we contribute to a more compassionate and connected society.
This idea is incredibly inspiring, but I wonder, how do we balance the need for solitude with the demands of everyday life?
Sure.
I mean, most of us can't just drop everything and go live in a cave for months on end.
That's a valid point. It's not about extremes, but about finding a balance that works for you. It could be as simple as incorporating small moments of solitude into your daily routine.
Like that 15 minutes of meditation I keep meaning to try.
Exactly. Or a quiet walk in nature.
Right.
Or even just 5 minutes of sitting in silence, disconnected from your phone and all the digital distractions.
It's about being intentional about creating space for yourself,
Yeah.
even amidst the busyness of life.
And those moments of solitude, even if they're short, can have a profound impact.
Yeah.
They allow us to de-stress, recharge, and reconnect with ourselves.
It's like hitting that pause button on life and giving ourselves permission to just be.
I love that image.
Yeah.
And by pressing pause, by creating those pockets of stillness, we can actually become more present and engaged in our interactions with others.
So it's not about escaping the world, but about using solitude to equip ourselves to better navigate it.
Right.
And to connect with others in a more meaningful way.
You've hit the nail on the head. And that brings us to another interesting point that Waxhira raises, the idea that solitude can actually enhance our creativity and problem-solving abilities.
Now that you mention it, I have heard that taking a break, going for a walk, or just stepping away from a problem can sometimes lead to those aha moments.
Exactly.
But how does solitude play into that?
Well, when we're constantly bombarded with information and stimulation, our minds are in overdrive.
Right.
We're in this reactive mode, constantly responding to external demands.
Okay.
Solitude, on the other hand, creates space for our minds to wander,
Yeah.
to make new connections, and to come up with fresh ideas.
So it's like By quieting the external noise,
Yeah.
we're giving our inner creativity a chance to emerge.
Exactly. It's in those moments of quiet reflection that
Mhm.
we often find solutions to problems that have been plaguing us,
Right.
or we stumble upon new ideas that we wouldn't have thought of otherwise.
This is so fascinating. It's like
Yeah.
by intentionally disconnecting from the world for a bit, we're actually becoming more capable of navigating it effectively and coming up with innovative solutions to the challenges we face.
And that's a key point that Waxira emphasizes. Solitude isn't about escapism. It's about empowerment.
Right.
It's about using that time alone to cultivate the qualities and insights that allow us to live more fulfilling and impactful lives.
This whole conversation has really shifted my perspective on solitude.
Yeah.
It's not something to fear or avoid,
Right.
but a powerful tool for self-discovery, connection, and even creativity.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to remember that this journey inward is a lifelong process.
Hmm.
It's not about achieving some final destination, but
Mm.
about continuously exploring, learning, and growing.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm curious to hear what's resonated most with you. What stands out?
For me, it's this idea that solitude isn't just about being alone.
Mm.
It's about intentionally creating space for self-reflection, for connecting with our inner wisdom,
Right.
and for cultivating the qualities that allow us to live more authentically and connect more deeply with others.
Beautifully said.
Okay.
And before we move on to the final part of our deep dive,
Right.
let's take a moment to reflect on what we've explored so far.
Okay.
We've talked about how solitude can challenge the compulsion of group dynamics, how it can help us cultivate consciousness,
Yeah.
and how it can even enhance our empathy and creativity. It's amazing how we often view solitude as something negative,
Yeah.
when it actually holds so much potential for positive change. It really flips the script on how we think about personal growth and connection.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And while we've covered a lot of ground today,
Right.
the real power of this deep dive lies in how you apply these ideas to your own life.
Exactly. We can talk about the benefits of solitude all day,
Sure.
but it's what you do with this information that truly matters. So let's shift gears a bit
Great.
and explore some practical steps you can take to integrate solitude into your life.
A great place to start is simply by asking yourself,
Yeah.
when was the last time you intentionally sought out solitude? Not because you had to, but because you wanted to create space for yourself.
That's such a simple but powerful question. And it doesn't have to be anything drastic.
Right.
It could be 15 minutes of meditation in the morning,
Yeah.
a quiet walk in nature, even just 5 minutes of sitting with a cup of tea,
Yeah.
phone off, just enjoying the silence.
The key is to make it a conscious choice,
Yeah.
a deliberate act of self-care.
Okay.
It's about prioritizing your inner world amidst the constant demands of the outer world.
And as you create those pockets of solitude,
Right.
pay attention to what comes up. What thoughts, feelings, or insights emerge when you're not constantly bombarded by external noise.
This is where that journey inward becomes tangible.
Right.
It's not some mystical concept,
Yeah.
but a very real exploration of your inner landscape.
It's like we talked about earlier, that snow globe analogy. When you let the snowflakes settle, you
Yeah.
can finally see the beauty of what's inside.
Exactly. And as you become more familiar with your own inner world,
Yeah.
you'll naturally start to cultivate that consciousness that Waxira talks about, that awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and actions.
And that, it seems, is what allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, with more empathy and understanding.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
Solitude allows us to fill our own cups,
Okay.
to nourish ourselves,
Yeah.
so that we can then extend that love and compassion to others.
So it's not about becoming a hermit or withdrawing from the world completely.
Right.
It's about using solitude to equip ourselves to engage with the world in a more meaningful way.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like taking a step back to gain a better perspective, to see the bigger picture.
This deep dive has been such a fascinating exploration, and I hope it's inspired you to rethink your own relationship with solitude.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Remember, what we've discussed today are just starting points.
Right.
The real journey begins when you take these ideas and make them your own.
And if you're curious to learn more,
Yeah.
you can check out the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood on Facebook.
Okay.
They have a wealth of resources on their page at facebook.com/Atlantean Brotherhood.
So as we wrap up this episode, we encourage you to embrace the power of solitude,
Yeah.
explore your inner world, cultivate consciousness,
Right.
and discover the incredible potential that lies within you.
And until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.